Welcome to an episode of Marketing for Your Boring Business, helping your message get seen in a cluttered newsfeed. Today, it's just you and me, and we're going to be talking about 13 things that you can do to improve your social media in 2018. Now, I recently did a video on YouTube where I talked about 6 things that you can do to powerfully improve your social media for 2018. And I will include the link to that in my show notes. But I really wanted to kind of dive into a couple tips and tricks versus overall strategy things that you can be doing. And what better place to do it than a place where I get to just talk to you guys for 20, 30 minutes on a weekly basis. There's a lot of things to pay attention to in 2018 for sure. A lot of trendy things that are impactful, like paying attention to what Generation Z is doing, which is the up and coming generation. There's things like augmented reality, doing more with Snapchat and stories. The list goes on, and a lot of industry experts really are pushing a lot of these things. But I don't really think that my boring business audience really needs to be thinking about augmented reality and what Generation Z is going to be doing quite yet. I really think that it's more important for you guys to focus on what you're currently doing and how you can make it better with the changes and trends that are going on with social media. And to get started with that, we're just going to dive into number 1, and that's going to be tell your story. Now, storytelling, I think, is probably the best way to summarize 2017, but I think it's important to continue that into 2018. Generally, when things are important in the industry, and by the industry, I mean marketing and social media, it's talking to those big brands. And you guys are more everyday businesses. You're the ones that people need on an ongoing basis. You're the one that the guy drinking his Starbucks who shops at Target and has the latest gizmo and gadget aplenty calls when his air conditioner breaks or his roof is leaking, or if they need something from a local store for a gift for someone coming into town. That's what you guys are for. You guys are the everyday business that everyone needs. And you are, if I personally feel, more important than big businesses, because big businesses are for everybody, but you are for your community. And it's important that you're telling your story on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be the same story over and over again where you're telling the same origin story of your business on a weekly basis, but it is important to make sure that you're telling the story of yourself, of your business, of the people you work with, behind the scenes, what's going on in your business and who you are and what you're about. Because the people who already know your story are going to want to keep being reminded of who you are and what you're about, but you're going to want to keep telling that story for the people that are continuing to come into your community online. So keep telling that story through video and pictures and posts and blogs and emails, because it's the bread and butter of who you are, and that's what people are going to do business with. They want to know you so that they can give you their money and trust you to do the service that you are such an expert at doing. Number 2 is being consistent by having a plan. And again, you guys know how much I love the content planner. You can find it at thecontentplanner.com. And of course, I'll include the link in the show notes. But I really think it's important to be consistent. You need to be consistent and be present for people to find you and know you. The old saying goes is you don't want to be looking for business when you need business. And social media is a fantastic way to consistently be posting who you are, what you're about, what you have to offer, and how you are the best person for the job. And by having a plan, you're going to be able to consistently post, tell your story, including new things, trendy things, seasonal things, whatever's going on in your industry at the time. So being consistent is going to be so important, and planning is going to make it happen. So I encourage you to buy the content planner or whatever system you want to make sure that you're posting consistently. Just post consistently. Now, what's the point of posting if no one is seeing it? again, industry experts believe that organic is kind of going to die in 2018, and it's going to be so important for you to invest in advertising, specifically in social media with things like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and even if you want to explore other opportunities like search engine optimization, Google ads, YouTube ads, all that kind of stuff. But at the very least, I encourage you to set aside a small budget to invest in ads, to promote a post or a promotion, or maybe you're trying to get people into your email list, whatever your objective is or your goal that you're trying to accomplish that month. I would say you should be advertising that. You should be promoting it. You should be making sure that that perfect avatar that you've created for your business is going to be finding you because you are perfect for them. So make sure that you're investing in those ads, because organic really is hard the smaller your business is. So have that impact by investing in ads and getting that specific client you're looking for. Because what's the point of posting consistently? What's the point of posting consistently and having a plan if no one's seeing it? Make sure you're investing in advertising. And number 4 is going to be an extension of investing in ads, and that's going to be other communications. And those are going to be things like email marketing or bot messaging, which I'll talk about later, and other forms of communication. Maybe it's snail mail. Maybe it's, again, like I said, email. Maybe it's video. Making sure that you're talking to people in other ways and platforms is going to also be a great way to make sure that your business is seen and you're sort of improving the reach of that social media for your business. Number 5. So I did talk about video right there when I talk about other communications. 85% of videos are watched without sound. That's right. In the world of video, with social media is like video, where everyone has a video nowadays and it's being posted on social, they're being watched without sound. So make those videos, post them up, invest in that, yes, but take the 10 to 20 minutes it takes to add closed captions to your videos. Most people have all the videos on their social media feeds set to default to have no sound, because you never know where you are or what's going on, and you don't want to startle yourself or the people around you by having that sound on. So by having closed captions in your video, more people are going to watch it because they can read what's happening there. So invest in that. It's not a lot of time, and it's going to improve the reach of your videos exponentially. Number 6, all those videos that you're making, make sure you're posting them to both Facebook and YouTube. Now, I've got a lot of really good reasons for this, so let's get into it. Number 1, you want to really be posting both to Facebook and to YouTube because you're going to be using them for 2 very different reasons. You're posting to YouTube not only to capture what's happening right now, which is going to be important for the reach of your video, but it's going to be important to post for evergreen content. What is evergreen content? Just for those of you that don't remember, that's going to be when you go to Google or YouTube and search for something specifically, like tips for improving my social media in 2018. Those are going to be the things that people are going to be searching for and that you want your content to show up. So by adding it to YouTube, it can be found. It's not about just posting once and forgetting about it being there. You want to be able to have a place where your information consistently be found and referenced. And then number 2, you want to be posting it to Facebook because, again, having it right there for that content, for the day, for that plan is going to be super important. But when you post it to that Facebook page, you can boost that video. And again, you've created that perfect avatar, and you're going to want to be able to advertise that video to them, whether it's the moment you post it or a week from then or a month from then. Just because you create something doesn't mean it usually has to have a shelf life of just a week. You can keep using it later. We're in an age where people don't really care when something is posted. So you could have a video that you post, let's say September 1st, that you advertise January 1st. it doesn't matter when it's posted. It matters what it's saying to the person at that time and if it's going to speak to them. So by posting to Facebook and to YouTube, you're creating one piece of content that you can use on two platforms that are going to help you accomplish multiple things. So don't forget to do one without the other. And I would even add a bonus that make sure you're posting that video to LinkedIn as well. While your business might not be B2B, which is what LinkedIn tends to be more for, it doesn't hurt to have it on LinkedIn to help grow your professional profile as well. Number 7 is think short-term and right now content that's going to last for 24 hours. So for example, before I hopped on this podcast, I pulled out my phone and I did a little Instagram story talking about the path that led me to this podcast today. And I just shared with people what's happening with me right now. It is so vital to have a content plan and be consistent. But it's also important to plan for the right now with platforms like Facebook stories, Instagram stories, and even if you really are feeling daring, for Snapchat. You're going to want to post things that are happening to you right now, what you're experimenting with. So maybe you are a dentist and you have like a really unusual or fun thing for your business that you want to share with people, and you want to talk, hey, we're about to go in and do this really crazy extraction or this really hard root canal, and the person that you're doing the operation on is like down for it, and you just talk about it, and you have your assistant take a couple of videos along the way to share what's going on right now, because that's a great way to tell your story that's going to be like candid and happening right now and unfiltered, unedited, and raw. And that is where we're going as a society. We don't really trust those nice, clean, edited videos all the time. We want to know what's happening to you right now, likes, and mistakes and all. So by thinking short term and right now content, it's going to help make you more relatable and connect with people right now. So by thinking about that, it's going to help your content plan and your credibility. So rolling into number 8, let's find your influencers. Now, we haven't really got to talk much about influencers on the podcast, and it is on my content plan for a future podcast. But an influencer is going to be someone who loves your brand or your service or you and can just rave about you. Usually these are kinds of things that people say, oh, go leave me a review on Yelp. But beyond that is getting them to maybe do more or offer more to you because they have maybe a greater reach. And by a greater reach, it means more people in their social online world that listen to them and believe in them and kind of do what people tell them to do. So it's important to find the influencers in your business that maybe already are customers that you can turn to ask for reviews, for recommendations, for feedback, to post about their service. Maybe these are little things like maybe in the lobby of your practice, you say, hey, check in, tell people what you're doing here. Or maybe you have a great experience with somebody and you say, hey, can you do a quick video review for me? Pull out your phone and record them just like loving on you and your brand so that you are able to use that, because you telling your story and your service and product and stuff is always going to be important because people want to know you're the expert, but people are going to buy from you, especially if other people love you. Word of mouth is still the best way to get customers, and that is essentially what an influencer is going to do. So find the influencers in your business and have them be a part of your social media by simply leaving reviews, talking about your brand or service, and maybe even more if that's available for them and for you. Number 9, think mobile. Now, you know that you're supposed to have a mobile website, but did you know that Facebook users, 68% of them are doing it on mobile, and Instagram is 98% on mobile. So you really got to start thinking about your content in scrollable, thumb swipeable chunks. You don't need to be telling your full story and all that kind of stuff in a post. Little nuggets, little snippets, and I would also include there, you kind of need to think vertically. And what do I mean by think vertically? Well, in the olden days, we had everything, in like that widescreen format, that horizontal picture, that landscape mode. Well, now that everyone is processing information on their phones, maybe it's time to start thinking about video and images on a vertical place. Think about how your content can be changed up by that based on the platforms you're doing things on. Probably for LinkedIn, stay horizontal, but Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, maybe it's time to start thinking about that vertical view of your business. Number 10, messenger bots and chat bots. Now, we did a whole podcast on this earlier in the year of 2017, and it's actually one of our most downloaded podcasts. But I really think it's time for you to start thinking at the very, very least about messenger bots. And what's a messenger bot? It's where people are messaging you on Facebook, and there's a robot with the answers for them. For when you're not available to be there, your hands are usually in someone's mouth, or practicing law, or fixing someone's roof, or selling someone a house. So make sure that you have a system in place to provide customer service when you are not there. And it is totally okay to say, hey, I'm so-and-so's bot here to help you answer your questions and get you to what you're trying to solve. And it's kind of the etiquette, in fact. So really check into how Messenger and Chatbox can help your business in 2018. Now we've gone over 10 and we're on to number 11. Try something new. Now, if you are techie in any way or uncomfortable with something, now is the time to see what you like. Because if you like doing something with online marketing, do it. But you're not going to know unless you try things. So, for example, right now, I'm experimenting with 360 photos and 360 video. What is that? Well, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's a 360-degree video view of what I'm doing right now. I got a special lens for my phone, and whenever I go places or like a unique space or a room, I take a picture so people can see where I am and what I'm doing in a really fun and unique way. Whatever that is for your business, for you personally, you should try things. If Snapchat's something you're interested in, try it. If video is something you're interested in, try it. If Facebook Live is something you're interested in, try it. Heck, if even just posting daily on social media is something you want to try it. Now is the time to experiment. You're not going to know what works for your business unless you are trying things and measuring them and seeing what works for you and that you are capable of doing. So make sure you are trying new things. And along with knowing new things, it's important to make sure you know the law behind what you're doing online. Again, we did a whole podcast about this, and it really just stuck so true to my heart. Especially recently, I had a potential client come to me that said, hey, can't you just take videos off of the internet and like slap our logo on the end of it and post it up? No, I cannot do that. That is illegal. That is stealing. That is copyright infringement. And I know that because I have been investing and looking into what I legally can and cannot do on the internet. And just a tip for you guys, if you didn't make it, you probably shouldn't post it without legal permission. So make sure you know what you can and can't do online when it comes to sharing content and what you're doing. I'm always going to advise you to make your own stuff, but there's nothing wrong with sharing other people's content if you have permission. So I will make sure to include the link to the podcast where that episode was without getting legal with your online stuff so that you know what to do, just to reference it again. And my last tip, and this is something that you should be asking yourself with every single thing that you are doing online, for your website, for your social, for your email, for your bots, for whatever you're doing to promote your business. Ask yourself, is this right for my brand? And if you're not sure, test it out. If it's not, don't do it. No matter what any expert says, don't do something that isn't right for your brand. So that's it, guys. That's 13 things. Let me recap for you real quick so you know what 13 things you can do to improve your social media in 2018 are. Number 1, tell your story. Number 2, be consistent by having a plan. Number 3, invest in ads. Number 4, include other forms of communication to stay in contact with your following. Number 5, add closed captions to your videos. Number 6, post videos to both Facebook and YouTube. Number 7, think short term and right now with your content plan. Number 8, find your influencers for your business. Number 9, start thinking mobile and vertical. Number 10, messenger bots and chat bots is something that you should look into for 2018 to help you have better customer service and communication with your potential customers. Number 11, try something new and see what works for your business. Number 12, know the law when it comes to what you're doing online. And number 13, always ask yourself, is this right for my brand? Thanks again for coming. Next week, we're going to be talking with the online streaming bros about how your business can be using online video and what that looks like and all other kinds of great questions. If you have any questions, please tweet to me at Mrs. Desiree Rose and I can ask them for you as well. In the meantime, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. And until next time, I'll be seeing you soon.